So this has just happened. Flat tire on the Loadall. This may have had something to do with it. Also, possibly a tube in it, which might have just burst. So we're gonna have to get that off. I think we're gonna get 2 new tires. The other tire isn't much better, though it is still up. But on this wheel as well, there's an oil leak in here on the back. Looks like it's leaking from in here. Oil seal in there. So when we take the wheel off, we'll take this off, take this knuckle off, and see if we can get that oil leak stopped, because we don't want any oil leaking over the new tyres. That wouldn't be good. Interesting. Wait a minute. How are you getting up on it? You are, Ben. Did it go? Did? What else? It's here. Some of the thing. I broke the socket. No. I think it did go. Yeah. Excellent. I'm thinking those haven't been there for a while. That was tight. That's not unscrewing that nut. Oh dear. That one's spinning. They're spinning. Huh? There's it. Keep going. So this is where we're at. Got some heavier steel welded on there on the back of those studs. That one obviously came out, that one didn't, and that one didn't. So we definitely need some new ones. I've just got some bolts in here for the meantime. We need to roll it out, extend the boom, take some weight off the back, and then we should be able to jack this up and get these 2 wheels off and get some new tyres on the rims. Yep. They're coming up? Doing an awful hammering and very little moving. Turning. Well, it's not that big a deal. I'm thinking this hub, this piece and this piece come off from this. So we take all these bolts out and this should all slide off hopefully, and then that will reveal the shaft sitting in there, and I'm hoping that I can just pop that oil seal out in the back of that, put a new one in and slide it back together and bolt it up. And when I have it apart, when I have this off, I'll take these bolts out and have a look in here at the final drive. I would imagine there's some kind of planetary gears in here, and drain the oil out, put some fresh oil in there before I put it back together, and then we can put the new wheels on. Woo. That didn't go exactly to plan, so I'll take this front off and see if there's any clips around that shaft that need to come off to allow that shaft to slide out of that whole assembly, and then we should hopefully get it apart properly. looks a bit weird. So looks like we're gonna take this off, this locking nut off, and then this should disconnect from the back piece, and there's a big bearing in there. It's gonna have to come out as well, I'd imagine, before we can get to the oil seal, which is probably put in from the inside for convenience. Wasn't tight. So now if we take this off, this should come out and leave this in, and we might find out why it's so wobbly. I presume it's not supposed to be wobbly. Although it might be okay when it's on the gears, meshed into the front. Oh dear. So I think that's where our oil leak's coming from. Needle bearing is collapsed and it's worn that oil seal out. Great. So seeing as I broke like 3 or 4 out of 5 of these studs taking the wheel off, I've had to put new ones in. So those are the new ones there. And they push in on a spline and that locates them in the hub. But pretty much 3 of these are wrong. So this just turns, which is no good. So this is my solution here. Weld this round bar to the head of every stud. And then that means that they'll all support each other, and the next time the wheel has to come off it'll be very simple. And I decided to do this before I put it back together because I could do it on the bench instead of having to lie underneath it. So let's get these welded on and then I can get this hub put back together. This is the back of the final drive. I was able to drift that new bearing in there, which is very thin, but I got it in with that socket. It was a tight fit, but it fitted lovely. And we'll have the new oil seal to go on the back. And you always fit your oil seal with the oil to the spring side. which is like that. Just using another perfectly sized socket to drive that on. So whenever this goes back on the machine, drive shaft's going to be sticking out like that from the axle, and it will then slide through here the new bearing will support the drive shaft, and the new oil seal in here is going to stop the oil from the front coming out here where it was leaking before. So we need to get this, put it back on the machine, then we can build the rest of the final drive back on. That's in. Just putting some thread sealant on these bolts, or thread lock. I don't want them unscrewing again. So just put that new seal in that other piece that sits over this. Seals on this part of the shaft, so I want to clean that up as best I can so it doesn't, there's no likelihood of it cutting the new seal or wearing it out too fast. There you can see there is pitting and some wear in that shaft, but short of getting it machined and sleeved or replaced, that's as good as we're going to go. Oh boy, that's heavy. There was a gasket on here, but in true old machinery style it fell apart. So I'm just going to put some liquid gasket in. Well, that worked. That's just the head of a bolt welded onto a bigger bolt if you don't have the right size Allen key, which I didn't. So I forgot to record the end of this video while I was doing the work, so it's now about 8 months later, and I'm going to check on our oil seals to see how they've lasted. I've done a few jobs since then. So this was the offending wheel. It all seems pretty dry in there. There's a wee bit of oil around there, like a wee mist, but considering how old those shafts are, I'm not too worried. It's definitely not pouring over the tyre anymore. But more importantly, the next couple of jobs are going to be on rams. This one here, the tilt ram. It's hard to see there, but it's very wet in there. That leaks a lot of oil. Alright, that's a better angle there. The oil just courses out of there. It looks like it's dripping from the cylinder, but it's not. It's actually running down the body of the cylinder from the top. Then it runs down here. So I'm confident it's just going to be a hose fitting or a hose or a seal or something up on that block that I can change to stop that, because that's a pretty bad leak. It leaves a mess everywhere. I did the oil seals on that ram when we got this a long time ago. I don't actually think it's leaking out of the ram anymore. I think it's actually leaking from up in behind here somewhere on the balancing valve, so it hopefully won't be too bad. Then the other one is this jack leg, which leaks quite bad, as you can see. Sometimes it actually drops down, but it seems to be staying up right now. There you can see the oil in there. So we're going to have to take that apart as well. What do you think, Jude? Did a good job? Yeah? So that'll be for another video. But for now it's driving, it's not leaking any oil over the wheels, so it's good. It's fixed for now.